Hi everyone, my name is Carla Birnbaum and I am here today in my house in Johns Creek, Georgia, which is about 2 hours from camp. And at camp I help run the gun, I'm Rosh Gun, and I also help with staff training. And for Kayit Babayit, I am going to be the Yoetz for Gardening. But today I'm going to talk to you guys about making mistakes. And one of the great things about being at camp is that you have the opportunity to try new things and learn new skills. And of course, when you're learning something new, you make a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. And you have to be very patient with yourself and with others. And so I'm going to start our project today with a story. For those of you who have spent time with me in the gun, you know that I love Todd Parr and his illustrations and all of his books. And so we're going to be reading a book called It's Okay to Make Mistakes by Todd Parr. He wrote a book about loving camp, and we read it every summer in the gun. It is a super fun book. And this is also one of the books that he wrote. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. And then we'll move on to our project. So this book is called It's Okay to Make Mistakes, and the author is Todd Parr. So here's the first page. It's okay to make mistakes. And I'm going to back up so you can see me a little bit better. It's okay if you spill your milk. You can always clean it up. It's okay to try a different direction. You might discover something new. And you can see the fish are swimming in a couple of different directions here. Look what the little fish discovers. He discovers a treasure chest by going in a new direction. It's okay to not know the answer. Asking questions helps you learn. It's okay to get upset. Your friends are there to cheer you on. We play a lot of sports at camp, and sometimes they're new to us, and sometimes we've played before. And I know when I'm playing, sometimes I get frustrated, or sometimes I get upset. And all my friends at camp are there to cheer me on. It's okay to fall down. You can always get back up. It's okay to wear 2 different socks. Others may try it too. We have something at camp called Crazy Sock Day, and everybody wears all different kinds of funny socks, and crazy socks, and silly socks, and mismatched socks, and nobody really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a lot of fun, and it's always interesting to see what people are wearing. It's okay if you forget your umbrella. You might meet someone new. Unfortunately, it does kind of rain a lot at camp, and one of the best things that I like about when it rains is stomping in the mud puddles afterwards and getting really messy, and jumping in puddles is really fun. It's okay to change your mind. Everyone is ready at a different time. It's okay to get mixed up. You can always ask for help. I ask for help a lot at camp. A lot of times you try something new, or you do something different, and you need help learning. And so this past summer, I learned how to make jewelry in Omanut, and I needed a lot of help to learn to make it. The counselors and the Roche and Omanut were really nice, and they helped me to learn how to make jewelry. It's okay if you're clumsy. You might invent a new move. I'm very clumsy, especially when I dance, so Rikut is especially challenging for me. It's okay to get dirty. A bubble bath is lots of fun. Well, that's good, because we get really dirty at camp. The Ganwi especially, we get dirty almost every day. It's okay to be shy. Being quiet can make you a good listener. It's okay to color outside the lines. It's good to follow your own path. Everyone has uh-oh moments. That's how you learn. It's okay to make mistakes sometimes. Everyone does, even grown-ups. That's how we learn. The end. Love, Ty. So for our craft, we are going to be using this pack of, it's called Rex Lace, and we're going to be making some lanyards. And this pack I ordered from Amazon, and it's just a basic pack. It has some clear options and some sparkly options, but really any kind of lanyard that you use is great. The hardest part about making lanyard is starting it. And so we're going to go through the steps that you need to start a lanyard. And then Isabella, my daughter, is going to come and teach us how to make a little bit more complicated lanyard. But first we're going to start with just the simple box step. And it makes something that looks a little bit like this. I started this a few minutes ago so that I would have an example. And the first thing you need is two pieces of lanyard to work with. Usually I use two different colors, but you can use two of the same color if you want. And today I'm going to be using this orange and this green. And so together we'll make a box stitch for lanyard. The first thing that you need to do is figure out how long you want to make your lanyard and cut two even pieces, so that way you can get started with the simple box stitch. So the things that you need to do this activity right now are your lanyard and a scissor. So why don't you go ahead and get those things if you don't have them. And pause the video, and then when you come back, we'll keep going. So, since I already have those two things, I'm going to take my orange and green, and I'm going to cut a piece of lanyard that's about the length of my arm. So I have, I don't know, like a medium-sized arm, I guess. And if you don't have a scissor, you can pull really hard, but it's easier usually to just use a scissor. And so there's my piece of green. I'm going to take that and make sure it's the same size as my orange piece, so that I have two pieces that are the same size. Okay, so we've got our our orange piece together here, and now we're going to take the green piece and we're going to go over this one and through this one and pull, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side where you go over this piece and through this piece, like that. And you can see sometimes the strings get a little bit misshapen, but that's okay. Just try to straighten them out. And then you can just sort of squeeze them slowly. You can squeeze them together. And then once they're close enough, I sort of take my fingers and I pull like this. And then as you can see, we have our box stitch, or our square stitch right here. And that's the beginning of your lanyard. Alright, so we're going to get started making our lanyard. And I should mention that I am left-handed. So if you're left-handed, you're probably going to have a preference to follow exactly what I'm doing. And if you're right-handed, you might think that I'm doing things a little bit backward. But it's whatever your preference is. As you get better at making lanyard, you'll be able to decide for yourself. So as you see, what I just did is I took this orange piece that was at the top, and I made a loop. I had it go over, and then this orange piece is also going to go over our square. Sorry, I sort of bopped my camera there. So we have 2 orange loops for our Rex lace or our lanyard. All right, and then we're going to take one of the green pieces. We're going to go over and through one of those loops and pull. And I bopped my camera again, I'm so sorry. Like this. And on this side, we're going to do the same thing, that we go over this and through the hole, the loop. And then you're going to take each end and you're going to pull and stretch like we did before. And there's your next square. So it gets easier every time you do it, and you won't need to pull and adjust quite as much. So here we go. We're going to do it again like this with our 2 orange loops and over one and through the other. Like that. And the same thing on this side. Over and through. And then we pull. And there's our next square. So the great thing about doing lanyard is if you want to stop and take a break, you certainly can. And just like when you're doing any type of friendship bracelet, you can stop and come back to it. And especially with lanyard, because it does stay in place. So you can, sometimes in the gun, we would have it take, it would take a few days or even a few weeks to finish a bracelet or a keychain. So we're going to keep going, and you're going to keep doing that same pattern over and under. And then when I'm going to pause my video for a few minutes, and when we come back, I'll show you how to finish at the end. Okay, so as you can see, I've continued up about 10 or 12 times, repeating the same steps till I got to, I think, a good stopping point for me. And now I'm going to show you what to do to tie off your lanyard. You're going to do the same thing that you've been doing, where you make the 2 loops. And, hold on, there we go, like that. And then you're going to take this piece and put it under, just like you would if you were just building another layer. And my string is a little bit twisted, there we go, like that. And then you're going to go through the green piece, just like that. And over here, you're going to go under, like you would, and through the green piece. And then you're going to pull all the pieces together and stretch it that. And that's the beginning of your knot. And then what I simply do after that is I take my fingers and I twist it like this and pull it tight and finish it off like that. And it makes a nice like little knot. You can do it twice if you want, just to make sure it doesn't unravel. I know there are several other ways to finish your lanyard. This is the one that we find is the simplest and works best for this purpose. So once you're done with that, if you want, you can put, you can tie it right to your water bottle or your shoelaces or really anywhere. So I'm going to take this binder clip right here, and I'm going to just tie it on the edge of the binder clip. And knot it like that. Just like that. And here is your finished lanyard. These are a lot of fun, and as I said, Isabella is going to teach us next how to make a more complicated lanyard. She has refined her skills after many years at camp, and she's going to, this one is the beginning of a spiral. As you can see, there's like a spiral going on here, which she's going to explain to us how she made this and show us a little bit. It's got 3 colors in it. So you can see that there's 3 different types of lanyard. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and video, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Carla Birnbaum's daughter, Isabella, and my mom just showed you the box stitch with lanyard, and right now I'm going to show you the spiral stitch lanyard. It's going to look like something like this. This type of stitch is for people who are comfortable with the box stitch, people who have already done it all and are ready to keep going. So, yeah. So all you need to make this lanyard is 3 pieces of lanyard. And first you're going to cut the 3 pieces of lanyard and put them together like this so that they're straightened like together. Then you're going to pull it all the way so you know that there's no knots. And then to get to the middle, this is always my trick. You put it like this, and you go to the end of it, go to the other end of it, and you see the loops. You see these loops, like those big loops? You're gonna put your finger through them, like that. So it's gonna look something like that. Then, you're gonna go to the middle, and this is always the part that fools me a lot, starting it. Take the middle with both your hands, and then you're going to choose which color you want to be like that part, like the straight part. For me, I chose pink, and that's the part that really goes out to me for that. Pops out for me like that. So if you want what color you want to show the most, I would choose the one that goes straight. So you take the middle, and see these 3? You're gonna take one of them that you want to be the one that pops out. For me, I want it to be blue. I'm gonna take that away just for a minute, but I'm still holding the middle, and I'm still holding both the middles. And then with these 2, you're going to cross them like an X. So it should look like that, like with the X. Take the middle, and you still have this one, and you're going to put it right on top like that. Right on top of it, so it looks like that. Like with the X right there. And then, this is always the hardest part for me. Gonna have it, and then you're gonna take the bottom one. For me, I'm putting it over my finger so I don't mess up. And you're gonna go like that. Oh. Ooh, it uncrossed, okay. So it's gonna look like that. And then you're gonna keep it there. I usually keep my fingers there so I can keep it still and steady. And then you're gonna take this one, the one on your top right. You're going to go over, under, over, under, like that. Then you're gonna pull all the way. Okay, so this is always the part that you should always notice. If yours doesn't look like that, like a little loop-de thing, like a little loop-de-loop like that, if it's kind of twisted, you untwist it like that. So it looks somewhat like mine. And still holding everything else, you're going to do the same thing, but going to do it with this one right here. This purple one, it's the bottom left. And you're going to take it and you're going to get the end of it and you're going to go over, under, again, like over, under, like that. So it's gonna look like this. And it's gonna be like that and that. So then you're going to do the same thing, but with this one down here. Hold on, I think I made a mistake. No, I didn't. And then you're going to take this one, and you're going to get the ends of it, and go over, under again. Over, under. And you're going to pull it like that. Whoa. So then, yours should look somewhat like mine, except probably a little neater. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's better. And then, you're going to take this one right here, and you're going to go over, under. So over, under, through here. Not again. You're going to pull it through. And then you're going to pull all of it like that. Make sure that it's going to look something like this. This part is the most confusing part for everyone, and I know this as a fact because when I learned this at camp, I totally screwed up. I could not do it. And then I made so many mistakes, so it's okay if you make a few mistakes. So what you're going to do next is you're going to take, for me it's going to be the blue, the one that's going vertical. It's going to be the blue. You're going to take the top right blue. and you're going to go this way. This is kind of odd. It's not like the type that my mom showed you. It's the most confusing part. I'm gonna go the top right corner to the bottom left corner, like that. You're gonna take the bottom left one. You're gonna take it to the top right one, where the one that I just pulled over was. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna look like that. Then, going to take, for me, it's going to be this purple. It's not this one, it's not the one above. So you see that this one right here is before this one right there. But we're not going to do that one first. We're going to do the one that's second first. You take it, and you're going to go over, under. Go over, under. Like that. It's okay if the lanyard under you looks a little bit mistaked. See, I just messed up, so I gotta redo all that again. And for those who made a few mistakes, this is the time to redo it, because I'm redoing mine. You take this one, like there, there. Purple one, over, under. Ooh, this is a good time to example. See, it's twisted. It's twisted, so I gotta untwist it, like that. So now it's untwisted, and then you're going to do this. Okay, so after you got it like that, you're going to take, for me it's going to be the first one, for everyone's going to be the first one. The first one that you see, for me it's going to be this sparkly one. And you're going to take it, and you're going to put it over, under, right under the purple one, or the first one. So it's going to look like that. Then you're going to do the exact same thing with the other sparkly one. Over, under. So it's going to look somewhat like that. Then you're going to take the other purple one, or the last one, and you're going to take it, and you're going to put it over, under again, under all of the other ones, like that. So now yours is going to look like this. Something like that. Then you're going to pull it tight, tight, tight. As tight as you can so it doesn't undo. Then, if you can see, I don't think you can, because I can't really see it right now, because we just started. But once you go on to like up here, well, like the fourth one, you're going to realize that there will be a pink one or whoever or whatever right there, and then that color is going to be right next to it, like that. So, but we're not doing that color, we're doing these colors. Then you're going to do the exact same thing, okay? I'm going to teach you again. That way, top, still going to be the top right to the bottom left. This one's going to be the bottom left to the top right. So it's going to look like that. It's easier once you get like up, like after like the first 3, 4 stitches. It's super, super easy. But this time it's going to be different. You're not going to be using the purple one. You're not going to be using the one that you just used before. You're going to be using the one. For me, it's going to be the sparkly one, because that's the only other color I have instead of the blue. And the one that it's going to be the exact same thing for you. The one that you used before, it's going to be the other color. That's not the vertical ones. So you're going to take it, do the exact same thing, go over, under. Then you're going to do the other one, the first one. You're going to go over, under. And then with this one, you're going to do the exact same thing. Over, under. Make sure not to go in that hole right there. So if I go like that, it's going to look like that, and you don't want that. It's going to look like that. Pull it. Then I do the last one. For me, it's the sparkly one. Go all the way back, and you're going to do over, under. Make sure it's not twisted. So then it's going to look like this. It's going to be like kind of switched. It's going to look like this. Then you're going to pull it. So now it's going to look like this. If you look at it, oh, now you can see it. Blue, 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 3 blues in like the row right there. And then it's right here. So it looks better when it's not on camera, but still. And then you're gonna keep doing that as long as you want, and how long, and how, I can speak today. Yeah, so you can make it as long as you want. Okay, so now that I have a few stitches done, and I thought that I would show you how it kind of looks like. It's gonna look like this. See, the purple and the like sparkly one, they're not like the blue one. They go in like patterns. But the blue one, it goes in like a vertical line thing. I mean horizontal. It goes like that. And see, my other blue one, it's right next to that blue stitch right here. And I think I forgot to mention that this stitch is called the spiral stitch. I don't know. I can't really remember. And that's really how you do it. The instruction, if you still don't really get how to really make it, like the beginning, here is an example. I have a picture of the steps right next to me that I will show you. Okay. So you don't have to do number 1, because number 1's only if you want it on a keychain. Number 1 is all that. You can probably pause the video to see it. And number 2, that. Probably pause the video to see that. And then number 3, that. Number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. This is the one I'm doing. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then, yeah. It's gonna look like that, and it's gonna look nice. This is what it's gonna end up looking like. I have a little picture right here. Except we are not using those colors. That guy, if you want to make it look like that, I would use 2 of the exact same colors. and another one, and the one that you want to use for the one that's horizontal, vertical, the one that one, the blue one that I'm using, you want to use the color that you want to be like that. For this one, the guy used black, and the extra 2 strings, he used green. So I hope that you now learned to do a spiral stitch, and hope you can make tons and tons of them. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, hope you enjoyed learning how to make a whole bunch. Learning how to make a spiral stitch. This book definitely helped me, and I hope that you make tons and tons and tons of them.